is Sister Alaina Marie Therese Furman, and I'm here to share with you how the Lord revealed to me my religious name. So in our community, we keep our baptismal names, and then at First Profession of Vows, we can ask to add a name or a title. My baptismal name, Alaina, is a derivative of Helen, and providentially I was born on the feast of Saint Helen, the finder of the true cross on which Jesus was crucified. Many images of her show her as embracing the holy cross of Christ. Marie comes from Our Lady, the Blessed Virgin Mary. My relationship with her began in childhood as I got to know her as the Mother of God and as my mother. Someone as dear to me as the mother who gave me life, someone I could always turn to and who was always in my corner. As I grew up, my devotion to her kind of waned, but then on December 8th, 2013, I took a big step and made a total consecration to Jesus through Mary, using 33 Days to Morning Glory by Father Michael Gately. Through this consecration, my relationship with Mary kick-started and deepened in a new way. Drawing close to her, I grew closer to the Holy Spirit. I could hear the voice of the Holy Spirit speaking more clearly in my heart and in my life, urging me to seek the Lord more fervently and to strive to live a more virtuous life than what I was living at the time. Following his promptings really changed my life in big ways, including ending the engagement that I was in at that time and turning away from the vocational path that I was on up to that point. 4 years after making that consecration, I was intentionally discerning my vocation, and through Our Lady's loving and powerful help, I came to hear and embrace the Lord's call to be his bride in religious life. And even before the call was truly confirmed, I was already thinking of possible religious names that I could take. And nearly every name I could think of had some form of Mary's name in it. Just out of a deep desire to honor her and be reminded of her loving, constant presence in my life, of her careful guidance of my vocation journey, and of my own call to bring others to Jesus, like her and with her. Therese comes from my patroness in confirmation, St. Therese of the Child Jesus. Like Our Lady, Therese was kind of a constant, though hidden, presence in my life growing up after confirmation. She started showing up, I noticed, at certain points in my life when things were taking a turn that I hadn't planned or expected. When I was at a crossroads, when I was faced with a big decision, Therese would start showing up at those times. And I perceived that she was there just to encourage me that whatever path I was on at that time, to keep going, that I was on the right path. In 2018, in the midst of discerning a possible religious vocation, I read Father Gately's newest book at that time, 33 Days to Merciful Love. Through that book, I got to know Therese a lot better and got to know her spirituality better. Her teachings on spiritual childhood, on the merciful love of Jesus, on humble, confident trust in the Lord's mercy. And at the end of 33 days, I did make the consecration to merciful love based on St. Therese's own act of oblation to merciful love, which she made toward the end of her life. Through this consecration, I promise to fight discouragement, to not be afraid of my own littleness, weakness, brokenness, and sin, trusting the Lord's infinite love and mercy to sanctify me, to be merciful to my neighbor in whatever way the Lord presents to me. And the goal of this consecration can best be summed up in a small prayer that I use every day to renew it, which is based on St. Therese's own writings. And it says, "Merciful Father, in the name of our lovable Jesus, the Virgin Mary and all the saints, I ask you to set me on fire with your spirit of love, and to grant me the grace of making you deeply loved." as I was discerning my religious name in preparation for First Vows, the Lord led me to realize that this is our charism in different words. As Mercedarian Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament, we promise to strive for total receptivity, to being perfected in the fire of Eucharistic love, so that we can then bring others to encounter and love Jesus, our merciful Redeemer, in the Eucharist. And so, as I was discerning my religious name, Sister Alaina Marie Therese kept coming up the most often. And at first I was a little afraid of it, thinking, could it really be that simple? Could it really be that obvious, Mary and Therese? But the Lord kept encouraging me the more I prayed with this name, through peace and joy that I would feel when praying with it, through one day coming across an image of St. Therese as a new novice, standing in the courtyard of the Carmelite monastery at the foot of a giant cross and embracing it. In that moment, I felt that I was seeing an image of my name. There was Therese, standing at the foot of the cross like Mary, embracing the cross like St. Helen. And the Lord just kept on encouraging me the more and more I prayed with this name, helping me to realize that Therese really revealed our charism of Eucharistic merciful love to me before I knew that it was our charism. And he helped me to understand that he has revealed his particular love for me through Therese and through Our Lady. And not to be afraid to take Our Lady or Therese as my patroness. And so I took the leap. I asked for this name and professed with it. Thanks be to God. Really, I do thank God for his providence, his merciful love, and all the beautiful ways in which he has revealed his particular love for me through every part of my religious name.